Dionisio at the plate. He's 0 for 2 today. Swakowski, the big right-hander, lets it go. It's right down Broadway. Dionisio lets it fly, and it's raining now.
It's time for Rain Delay Theater with Jeremy Dionisio and Jack Swakowski.
Hello and welcome to another episode of Rain Delay Theater, the podcast where two bums talk about other bums at baseball games. I'm Jack Swakowski.
And I'm Jeremy Dionisio.
And this is episode number 308. Today we're going to be going over some of the all of the WBC World Baseball Classic rosters. There's some pretty interesting fellows on some of these teams, so it should be fun to do a rundown of that. But also we have a little business. This weekend we're going to be going to the Chicago Sports Spectacular March edition. We've never done I don't know if you can call it spring, but at least the late winter edition of this is something we've never done before. So that's going to be exciting. We're going to be at that. And yeah, Jeremy, you also got an autograph on the download too. So the Spectaculars this weekend. That should be a good time.
Yeah, we talked about it a little bit on previous episodes, but I think we got some guys in our sights. So Jack, I don't know if you've narrowed it down at this point. I I definitely have gotten a Denny McLain card in the mail, so I'm gonna go for him. It's kind of weird because he's at the forward area, which is like just a series of tables that are set up. Without like set time, so he's just kind of gonna be there just hanging out, and so I think it says his autographs start at $30, so I don't know exactly what I wouldn't mind knowing the structure ahead of time, but if he's charging $30 for an autograph, I assume the inscriptions are probably like 10, so
sure.
Yeah, I might get like a World Series champs or a Cy Young or something. I think when he does the Cy Young, he does like his record plus the ERA and stuff. So I'm looking forward to that for sure.
Yeah, that'll be cool. I don't think I'm going to get McLain. It's hard to find a card of his on eBay that's in good condition. I mean, there were a few, but they were a little bit expensive. So I am going to do Chuck Knobloch and Kevin Mitchell. So I ordered cards for both of those guys. So, they're both just $40 a piece. So that'll be that's some low-hanging fruit right there. I decided not to do Tino Martinez this year. That's just I want to buy a box of cards, and Tino's $99, and that's a little too expensive for me if I'm also buying cards. So I don't know. Are you going to do Tino?
No, no Tino for me. Yeah, he's also like later than everybody else too. So I don't know if we'll be around at that point, but maybe. But I think I'm going to do Kevin Mitchell though.
Great.
It sucks. I wish that there was a card like that portrayed like the catch, the barehanded catch. But I don't know if I've said this in the last time we talked about it, but I might do his 89 card because that's the year he won the MVP. And I might. That card is pretty cool if I remember correctly. I think he might be fielding in it actually. So I might do that. But there is a card. And like I kind of want to get him on a Giants card just because if that seems right to me. Like I remember him as a Giant, sure. Even though he had a good couple of years with the Mets. But that was before my time. I can remember. But he has like I think his 1994 Topps card it's a weird picture, and I don't know how it was just like dumb luck that this happened. I think it was one of those situations where like he must have like swung and missed, and it was like a foul ball like. Off the net or the backstop, and like it came up and he caught it with his bare hand, and so it's a picture of him catching a ball with his bare hand, but he's at the plate batting. So it's kind of crazy. It's kind of an interesting like abstraction of the catch, the barehanded catch, but he's on the Mariners in the card, and I've just that just feels weird to me. So so I don't know if I'll do that one, but yeah, I'd want to get him, so I'm kind of excited to get him.
Yeah, nice. Well, that's cool. Yeah, same. I want to tell him that I thought he was funny as a talking head in the that Mets documentary. He had some good stuff in there. I think he said the Mets versus the Astros was swag versus swag, which is a funny like comment. So yeah, he's nice. I'm looking forward to him, and I always liked Chuck Knobloch when I was a kid too. He had the peak of his career right when I started following baseball. So I'm excited to get him. And Jeremy, my birthday is coming up, my 40th birthday, and I do want to kind of splurge on just a box of cards for myself. I'm thinking if they have one there, I might go for Topps Archives because you get 2 guaranteed autographs in those. So
Okay.
the newest version of Topps Archives. So I might, I might kind of treat myself to that, but then hold off on opening it for like a couple weeks till closer to my birthday, just so I can really celebrate.
Oh yeah, nice. Yeah, that's cool. Yeah, I wish Heritage is coming out, but not for not for. I think it's coming out maybe the week after this convention, or maybe
Okay.
even 2 weeks after. So, yeah, it would be. It would be cool to rip some boxes together, but yeah, I think the timing might just not work out. So, but yeah, I don't know. Well, maybe if it does work out, we can kind of figure something out. But
Sure.
but yeah,
And I forgot about Heritage, so might have to get some. There's just too much product out there.
Yeah.
But, yeah.
it's annoying. Topps just like their release schedule is annoying, and like things keep getting delayed and delayed. Like Heritage is kind of coming out. I mean, when I first kind of got back into it, like Series 1 would come out like at the very end of January, and Heritage would come out in February. Now those are like a month behind what they used to be. Update was late. Heritage High Number was late. Archives just, I don't even know when. Archives used to come out in like June, I think, and now it comes out in like November, December. I think December. So like it's annoying. And so what happens is like there was this crossover of like all these products that came out in like December, January, which I guess is probably good for like holiday shopping, I guess. But yeah. So anyway, but yeah, that'll be cool to rip some cards.
Yeah. It'll be a real test of will, though. I don't know if I can keep a box of cards in my apartment for 2 weeks and not open
For
it.
2 weeks.
But, I have faith
2 weeks.
in myself.
2 weeks is long. I think, I don't know if we detailed it last time we went to the convention, but I wasn't sure. I ordered a box. I forgot what I ended up opening with you. Was it Heritage High or was it Update? I can't remember.
I think we both did update. I think we both had the same thing.
That's right. Okay, yeah, Update. So yeah, we ripped that back in November, and I only had to hold on to that for like 3 days or something, 2 or 3 days. So yeah, 2 weeks. 2 weeks is rough.
It is. I think we both got blasters too to open before the actual box.
That's right,
To which you said, yeah. After we finished those, you said that was just the appetizer. So
Yeah, exactly. I almost just said it right now. Again. So yeah. That's always fun to do that. So.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
Well,
So that'll be good. But yeah, you got another autograph too, right?
Yeah, I was gonna say we'll recap all that next week, but yeah. So this is a couple of weeks ago at this point, but and this guy is gonna be there. I think Sunday maybe. Dwight Gooden, or maybe Friday. Dwight Gooden. He's gonna be there at the Spectacular, but he also came through a couple of weeks ago to Jim and Steve's sports cards in Gurnee, Illinois. So that's getting into Jack territory up there. But it's up north, and I head to that card shop every so often, but he does have guys coming through there. He had Billy Williams a couple weeks ago, which is where I got him the first time. But yeah, Doc Gooden came in, and it was pretty cool. Like they had, so he was cheap. Like he is very affordable. I think probably because of the things he kind of went through in the past, and just maybe just trying to like make up some money, that he might have lost back from his playing days. So he does a lot of signings, and the deal that Steve had, is the name of the owner, Steve. The deal he had was pretty cool. It was $20 for an autograph, but you could also buy a blaster that he had in the shop, and those were about like $25 or something dollars. Or he had like old packs of cards like from the 80s and 90s. Like he has old boxes of sealed packs, and it's like if you bought a pack or whatever and you pulled a doc, you could get it signed for free.
Wow.
So yeah, so it was pretty cool. So I went in and I just went ahead and I bought one autograph ticket, and I brought the card I wanted. I got this like 1986 record breaker card for when he was the youngest 20-game winner in modern history. So it's a cool card. It's from the 86 set. It was he broke it in 85. But it's a picture of him like from that game. And I like to get like the the games that the cards that commemorate events or records and stuff. So that was cool. So I bought actually, you know what I did is I bought a blaster so I could get that card signed. So I bought a blaster just so I could open something. So I got that, and then I just bought 4 packs for the hell of it. I bought like 90 score and I want to say 91 Donruss. I think it was the first or second pack of 90 score I opened. I pulled a Gooden card.
Nice.
So yeah, it was really cool. And so like I called it out real quick to the owner because I wanted him to know I wasn't like BSing or something. Like I just like slipped it out of my pocket. But I'm like, I pulled a Doc, and one guy walked by and he's like, hey, all right. And then I had to like kind of get up there and tell him that I pulled it. So I ended up getting 2 cards signed by him for the price of one, basically,
Sweet.
Pretty cheap. So I went up there and I got the card signed, and I was talking to him. He was super nice. I mean, like, it's really cool to meet a guy, especially like someone from that level, and like, he's had his past and everything, but he's obviously like an older guy at this point, and I think he just, I don't know, I get the feeling like he just appreciates being around fans and just, people wanting to see him. So
yeah,
it's cool. Like, it's a cool atmosphere to be around. And he was super nice. I wish I had more to say to him. Cause like, it was also like advertises like, come hang out with Doc. He'll be telling stories. And so I did get in the line to get him, but there were some people who were just kind of sitting around and just like, kind of like listening in, and when he would talk to people. So, I went up there and I'm like, hey Doc, I normally ask, I like to ask guys, who their funniest teammate was. And I was going to say, I started saying, I'm like, I bet it's probably McDowell for you. And he's like, he just right away, he kind of goes like, oh, Roger McDowell,
Nice.
definitely. And and so he's like, that guy, he's like, he was really funny. He's like, you had to watch yourself around McDowell. You had to watch himself because he'd get you. Like, and fans too, he would get the fans. And so he's like, yeah, I've seen him do all kinds of stuff. And he's like, I'm like, so I said, like, did he ever do like the hot foot? And he's like, oh yeah. He's like, all the time with the hot foot, like the hot shoe or whatever.
Nice.
And so he's and so I'm like, I think I said like, oh, did he ever get you with that or something, or you saw him do it? And Doc is like, oh no, I never did it, but I saw him do it or whatever. And so it was pretty cool. So and then like the owner was like saying to the people like, oh yeah, the hot foot or whatever. So
Nice.
it was kind of a cool moment, and like it was very brief, but yeah, he was super nice. I mean, like, I don't know what it was like in 86, 87 or something, but it was cool. He just seemed like a pretty like humbled kind of guy. So it was cool, and like the price, you couldn't beat the price. So I was super happy I made the trip up there.
Yeah, and it was nice that you pulled a card too. So that's cool.
Yeah, it was cool. That one actually says like Doc Gooden on it.
Oh, nice.
So yeah, at some point, like, his cards actually just started saying Doc Gooden instead of Dwight Gooden. So it was cool. It was cool to get one of each. Just another one to chalk up, another autograph to kind of help bridge the gap in between the off season.
Nice. We'll have that recap next week from the con. But I think it's time to get to our rosters for the WBC. What do you say?
Yeah, let's do it. WBC is going on right now. It kind of started over the weekend. We're in pool play right now, so I think it's 4 pools of 5 teams each, I think. Yep. And so, top 2 teams are going to advance to like a bracket. It's crazy. Like the WBC is over already on March 17th. So
yeah, it's very fleeting, which I suppose makes sense because the guys who are playing major leagues and minor leagues probably have to get back to their camps. So it's 20 teams. Jeremy, Poland is not represented in here, but they have the headshots of these guys, and I kind of like some of the hats. They're kind of cool. Like, I feel like if Poland was represented, I might get a Poland hat.
I mean, yeah, Jack, if only Poland or the Philippines could field a team, we would be able to represent our countries. I was actually looking, and like, so there's a Czechia team, and like, that's probably the closest we're gonna get to a Polish team. Both of us being Polish, So
I was reading about the Czechia team. I think they're playing Japan tomorrow, and I think they're out. I think they've lost all 4 of their games if they lose to Japan, which they will. But I guess there was an article about those guys in The Athletic, and they said most of them are just regular, like, working stiffs who don't actually play baseball. Like, the 3 years ago, the guy who struck out Ohtani is like an electrician or something, and their manager is a neurologist, and, like, he's seeing patients 2 days after his game, after the last game. So it's kind of a cool story. I don't think they're gonna. It's sort of like a Jamaican bobsled team type of story. They're not gonna win anything, but it's cool that they're there.
Yeah, I mean, say what you want about the WBC, like the timing of it, the risk of injuries or whatever, but those are the kinds of things that like make it cool, and like just I think going through these rosters, it'll be kind of cool to see some of these guys, some guys who have been out of MLB for a while now, but still hanging around. And so, yeah, I mean, like, we'll see what happens this year. It does seem like USA is maybe a little more into it this year.
They're stacked. I mean, it's a stacked roster.
Yeah, and they almost slaughter ruled both games that they've played already. And even Mexico, they're up 5-0 right now as we're recording this. They haven't beat them since 2006, but it seems like they're kind of have this game in hand. So, yeah, it'll be interesting. I mean, like, it would be fitting to get Japan versus US again in the final. And I mean, I'll probably be cheering for Team Japan, but I was trying to find some other teams that I could root for. But yeah, so there's some interesting guys on some of these like other like Latin America teams and stuff. So yeah, let's run through the rosters and kind of see who we got here. So I guess Australia's up first.
Yeah, they are. And Jeremy, I was trying to recognize some of these pitchers here. Why does Todd Van Steensel ring a bell? Is that maybe it doesn't, but I feel like I've seen that guy's face before.
Yeah, I mean, it's very close to Todd Van Poppel.
Okay, there you go. Well, he pitched one game in the major leagues for Minnesota, so maybe he doesn't ring a bell. I don't know if we saw him in the minors in that game. Maybe nothing.
Wow, that's interesting. Yeah, I didn't even know he was a major leaguer, so that's interesting. Yeah, I wonder if he was in like what year? Does it say what year?
2018.
2018. Did you do? You did
just
you
looked right now.
Okay, you would know if you saw him in Strato or anything, I guess.
Oh yeah, no, it was never nothing like that. But yeah, I guess he is from Australia. He's a native Australian. Okay. But yeah, I don't really recognize any of these other pitchers. Do you?
Warwick Suppold, I think, was in the major system at some point. I don't know if he made it to the majors, but I remember that name.
Okay.
Yeah, Tigers. It looks like he was also 2018. Interesting. He appeared in 31 games in 2018. Looks like that was his last year. So yeah, 2016 to 2018 with the Tigers.
Okay.
18 total games, I guess. Oh, so nice. 31. Yeah, I don't know, something like that. But yeah, he was around for a little bit. Alex Wells, I think, was an Oriole. Yeah, there's a guy. So Travis Bazzana, I think, is the big name. Former 1-1 draft pick, I think.
Yep.
So he might make it to the bigs this year with Cleveland. Mm-hmm. Curtis Mead is there now, White Sox, which is funny.
Yes.
There's a guy, Jack. Oh yeah, go ahead.
Well, I was just gonna say, I guess he couldn't make it to White Sox Fest live. He might have been in Australia for all we know.
Yeah, right. Yeah, maybe. One interesting name that I know specifically, Jack, is outfielder by the name of Ulrich Bojarski or Boharski. Okay. He was in that Midwest League High A All-Star game that I went to.
Wow.
So I got his autograph, actually.
Cool.
Yeah,
on a card?
Yeah. They had like team sets for the All-Star teams, and I got one, and I got most of the guys signed. So yeah, he was one of the guys that I got. So and he was in either like the Rays or the Dodgers system or something like that. And I think maybe his window is closed on being in the MLB, but
sure.
But yeah, he was a high A All-Star, so there's something there, I guess.
Yeah, well, Ulrich Bojarski is not a baseball name you're gonna forget.
No, and he sounds maybe like a wrestler or something, like a or something. Yeah,
right.
But yeah,
the real gems here are the coaches.
Yeah.
So Dave Nielsen is the manager. I was hoping, I didn't even know he was the manager, but I was scrolling down. I was like, I hope Dave Nielsen is the manager of this. And he is,
Yes.
which is awesome. And also Graham Lloyd is the bullpen coach. I was like, I hope Graham Lloyd is on this staff too. And he was. Those guys probably knew each other on the Brewers. So that's awesome. I would love to, graphing the WBC would be pretty fun. But like, it would be awesome to get both of those guys. So yeah, that's a good staff.
Yeah, I was thinking the same thing, Jack, when I was looking at these rosters.
Yeah.
And it's nice to see Graham Lloyd because the Cubs have that guy on the roster, or the coach on the roster, Garrett Lloyd, I think his name is. And every time I say his name, I say Graham Lloyd. So it's nice to know that Graham Lloyd is still around the game a little bit.
Yeah.
Even if it's, with WBC. But yeah, so that's Australia right there.
Nice. I think we got Brazil next.
Yeah.
We were just talking about this guy over text the other night, but Thiago Vieira is on this team. Dennis's favorite. You always sign. That's what Dennis says about Thiago Vieira. So yeah, he's on there, and we did you get his autograph?
I did. Yeah, I did.
Okay. Yeah.
That might have been. I want to say that was at the bus.
Yeah, it was, and he always does sign at the bus. He might have been with the D-backs at that point, maybe.
Okay. Yeah, I couldn't remember. Like, I'm like, did we go to the? We never went to the bus when the White Sox were in town. So yeah, it must have been like the D-backs then, or some other team.
Yeah.
So yeah, Jack, I was watching the U.S. Brazil game. We were texting a little bit during it, and I will say I was kind of thrown by the amount of Asian guys on the Brazil team.
Yeah.
And I looked it up, and I guess like Japan, I don't know if you knew this, Jack, but Japan and Brazil have like a strong like trade alliance and like just partnership, connection, whatever you want to call it, a diplomatic connection. And so there's a lot of, I guess, Japanese people who like have like emigrated to Brazil. So I never knew that, or never would have thought to that, and at all, but there's a lot of Japanese guys on the Brazil team.
I did notice that as well, and yeah, that's who would have thought like the WBC could be an educational experience, but yeah, that's actually really interesting. So that's cool. And that explains it, I guess.
Yeah, totally. So the manager of the team, Yuichi Matsumoto, he was kind of funny to watch manage that team. He argued a couple like plays, and he looked funny, like just he was like, he had a funny expression. Even in his headshot, he's got kind of like a funny look. So I wonder, I bet that guy's probably a manager in NPB, I'm guessing.
Sure.
Or some kind of coach or something. But yeah, seemed like an interesting guy.
Nice.
The two big things about Brazil that I noticed are they have the sons of Jose Contreras and Manny Ramirez on the roster. So Joseph Contreras was the pitcher, and there's all kinds of talk about him. I think he's 17 years old, and he was like doing his homework, like like during practices or something.
Yeah, but before an hour before he faced Aaron Judge.
Yeah, it was just crazy. And then Lucas Ramirez is Manny's son, and he had 2 homers, I think, in the game against the U.S. So pretty crazy there.
Yeah, that'll be interesting to see if he becomes anything for sure. And
Yeah.
Dante Bichette Jr. is also on this team, which is, I didn't know that he had another son who played baseball, so that's cool.
Yeah, he was in someone's system. It might have even been Colorado's system. I can't remember,
Okay.
but yeah, he was around. I think he's a little bit older than Bo.
Okay.
So I think he kind of came through first, and then like Bo really kind of came out as like the big star of the family. But
Sure.
But yeah, and then I guess then when you go to the coaching staff too, again they got some former player, Paulo Orlando, even Andre Rienzo, who was he on the White Sox too? I think he was in the White Sox.
He was on the White Sox. He pitched 64 2/3 innings for them in 2014. So I knew I remembered who that guy was. And he was on the White Sox. And they also have Yan Gomes, our boy, as their catching coach.
Yeah, exactly. So, and I saw him in the dugout. I wasn't sure if he was like still like if he was on the active roster or a coach, but because he's exactly one of these guys who maybe could have still been active for Team Brazil, but I guess I'm sure someone's son is taking that spot. But
Right.
but yeah, so that's those are the big ones there for Brazil.
Nice. Well, yeah, let's move on to Canada. They've got
Yeah.
a few good guys here, a few name guys. So one of the Logan Allens is on this team. I think the other Logan Allen is on a different team. I forget which one, but
Okay.
this Logan Allen is on here, MLB pitcher. James Paxton, Big Maple. Did he pitch in the big leagues last year? I didn't feel like I didn't hear his name.
He's definitely been around more than he hasn't, and I almost
Yeah.
want to say he probably was, but I've definitely lost track of him. I know he's a Red Sox at one point, and I don't know
He
who
got
else.
traded to them at the end of 2024. He did not pitch in the majors last year.
Really? Okay.
No.
Yeah. So, yeah, Big Maple, always a good nickname there. But
Yeah.
but yeah. So there you go. So I don't know if he will be back in the majors, but probably not. But
No.
still with MLB or with WBC there. Yeah, there's a lot of almost the whole pitching staff has been on or is on a major league roster. So
Yeah. Yeah, we got Michael Soroka here. What did he say to you? I'll be back or something like that?
Yeah, I'll be back.
I didn't know Tyon was pitching too. Jamison Tyon is on Canada. I didn't know he was pitching in this.
Yeah, that is weird actually. I feel like I didn't hear them talking much about him being on that team, and I don't.
Yeah.
It's weird. It's like of all the guys they kept talking about, Bregman and PCA, but I almost, I somehow they didn't talk much about Tyon, and he's born in America, so I don't, I'm sure he's got somewhere in his bloodline some Canadian blood, which makes him eligible to be on the team. But I kind of missed that.
Yeah. Interesting. And then they have Rob Z, of course, which is cool. Always good. And then Cal Quantrill as well. I didn't know he was Canadian, but that's cool. I've never gotten him. Did you get him his autograph?
No, I think he's one of those guys that I feel like I've gotten, but I haven't.
Sure. Yeah. There's been plenty of opportunities, but it's just he's never signed for me. So who knows? Maybe this year.
Yeah, exactly. I think one fun name. Yeah, I mean, I don't think we can name all the guys on here, but I think one of the fun names I see is Matt Davidson.
Yes, I was gonna say I'm surprised they didn't list him as a pitcher and an infielder.
Yeah, and again, he might be better than some of the pitchers that they have on the team. Like, again, we saw him strike out Giancarlo Stanton, I believe.
Yes, we did, and Stanton was pissed about that afterwards.
Yeah, not quite like the Freddie Freeman, Anthony Rizzo at bat.
No, definitely not. They got both nailers on this team, which is fun. Owen Casey is on the team as well. It'll be interesting to follow him this year just to see what he does. They've got some good coaches too. Justin Morneau, Paul Quantrill. Are Paul and Cal related?
Yes, that's his dad.
Okay, that's what I figured. But yeah, Justin Morneau is their hitting coach, and then Russell Martin, which makes sense. Yeah, he was Canadian. He's their first base coach. And then Stubby Clapp. I didn't know he was Canadian.
Yeah, I know. I don't. I mean, so he's he's not the big strong guy. That's
That's Pete Alonso.
But he was the guy who elicited that reaction from Pete Alonso. But yeah, I mean, so he could be the Canadian strongman or something if it was him. But yeah, Stubby Clapp, of course. And then the manager, Ernie Witt, was a Toronto Blue Jay catcher back in the 80s, 90s. And he's been managing Team Canada for maybe every WBC. He's been
okay.
He's been managing them for a long time. So yeah, and this haunts me to this day. Not quite haunts me, but like he said something in like one of the first WBCs in a press conference, and I cannot for the life of me remember what it was, but it was definitely something like very like memeable or quotable, and I think it was about Team Canada, but I don't remember what it is, and I've tried to Google it and I just can't find it. But he's a funny guy. He's definitely an interesting guy. I actually think he's not Canadian either. Like,
okay.
Yeah, it's a weird thing where he just is the manager of Team Canada, but he's actually not Canadian. But I think maybe it's because he was a Blue Jay or something. So
that's funny.
Yeah. And one more thing for Team Canada, Jared Young is on that roster as well, a former Cub. And did you ever get him, Jack?
Nah, I didn't. I never had anything for him. I don't think.
Yeah, he didn't. The only major league card he had was that quad card that I'm still trying to get completed. But
Sure.
but yeah, he was. He did sign for the when he was a Cub. He signed pretty well. So yeah.
Yeah, I
cool to
feel like
see
he
him.
played last year too in the majors. I can't remember,
Yeah.
but he was around.
Yeah, definitely.
Okay. Moving on to Chinese Taipei.
Yeah, Chinese Taipei, who always was good, always has a good little league team. I know.
Okay.
Yeah, but yeah, not Also, a lot of names that are hard to pronounce. I will say.
Sure.
But a lot of guys that I feel like some of these pitchers have been in systems, but none of them has really stood out. I think.
Yeah.
When you look further down the roster, Jonathan Long, who's in the Cubs prospect, who may debut this year,
Okay.
he's actually on the roster, but he got hurt, so he's been he hasn't played. He's not quite active for them, but he's still eligible. Yu Chang was with the Cleveland Guardians system.
Yep. Yes, he was.
And then it's Stuart Fairchild, who hit a grand slam in one of the games last week.
That's crazy.
Yeah, I think some people were saying that the WBC balls were very juiced.
Yeah, Stuart Fairchild hits one, and that's the conclusion everybody draws.
Yeah, that's the bellwether. So yeah, but he's playing on that team, and then and then you look at the coaching staff, and I think the big name there is Chin Ming Wong.
Yeah. Absolutely. Yeah, that's a good that's a good one though. They've got some good hats. So yeah, we'll see how they do.
Yeah, there might be some guys on here that maybe are bigger names in KBO or something, or even NPB, but I just don't know. I just don't know them super well. So, an interesting team there. But Columbia is next. I kind of like the Columbia team's uniforms.
Yeah, that the red and yellow and the hats is cool too. They've got some major league guys. Julio Teheran, I think, is the big name on their pitching staff, and Quintana.
Yeah,
so a couple of vets.
Yeah, Luis Patino also had a lot of promise, but hasn't really done it at the big league level.
No.
Yeah, and then Donovan Solano is funny just to see.
Yeah, Donnie Barrels.
Gio Urshela. I think Michael Arroyo is a prospect with the Mariners or the Reds at this point. I can't remember.
Okay.
Brian Buelvas, who was in the A's system, I actually got him in South Bend.
Oh wow.
Yeah, so it's it's interesting to see what WBC guys have managed to get just randomly. But yeah, Harold Ramirez, also former big leaguer. I don't think he's been in the big leagues in a couple seasons.
No, he was there in 2024, but I didn't hear his name last year. I don't remember.
Yeah, I don't recall.
No.
And none of the coaching staff really stands out to me of knowing them.
No. Kind of a light roster there as far as guys, but definitely a few veteran pitchers. I think Cuba's got a few more guys here. Yohan Lopez, he was a major leaguer, wasn't he?
Yeah, he was. Maybe the D-backs.
Yep, I think it was the D-backs as well, for sure. Yiddy Cape is on this team. Do you remember him, Jeremy?
Yeah, I do. Yeah, that's the guy we both got with the Beloit Snappers.
Heck yeah.
Or the Beloit Sky Carp at that point. Yeah.
Yeah, that was a good one. Yeah, we got him on. I think I got him on a Heritage card, a Heritage Miners card. Yohan Moncada is on this team, but I think the real star here is Alice Ramirez.
Dude, that is how I didn't look him up, Jack. How old is he at this point?
He's 44. He's 44.
40. Holy shit, dude! I'm 44 years old. That would be if I was playing. That is crazy, man. That is just wild to think about. 44 years old, man. That's crazy.
Yeah, good for him. Maybe he'll come back to the White Sox park this year or something. I don't know, but so it was awesome to see him there. And then in terms of coaches, I guess, not a whole lot there as well. Anybody else you see on this team?
No.
Okay.
Yeah, surprisingly, none of the coaching staff rings a bell to me. So
sure. Same here. Okay, Jeremy, we're moving on to Czechia. And I think the only guy that I recognize, we may have even seen him like play or like tried to get his autograph, is Terran Vavra.
Yeah, yeah. Drafted by the Rockies.
Yep.
Yeah, I agree. That's the only one that I kind of knew, and I had no idea that he was a Chechen or whatever, Czech. Yeah. Yeah. There's not really too many. I remember the name Martin Music, and I'm not even sure if that's how you pronounce it, Music maybe, but he I think was on the team last go round, but I only know him from WBC.
Okay. Yeah, but a lot of guys have some interesting stories, so I'm sure they'll talk more about those on the broadcast tonight, tomorrow night when there is one. We're recording this on Monday. Okay, yeah, on to the Dominican Republic. This is definitely a lot of guys on this roster for sure. This is a pretty stacked one. You've got Sandy Alcantara, Sir Anthony Dominguez, Camilo Doval, Brian Bayo, Carlos Estevez, the pitcher. This is just like almost an all-star team of pitchers. Dennis Santana, Luis Severino, Gregory Soto, Wandy Peralta, like Abner Uribe. That is just Christopher Sanchez. Yeah. Really stacked roster. There's I'd take this as the Brewers pitching staff this year.
Yeah, they might have, and it's funny because you don't really. I feel like you don't think about like the Dominican Republic like for their pitchers usually. No. They have great power hitters, great infielders, but this is a damn good staff, I would say, honestly, and like it looks better than some of the. I mean, I don't know everyone on Japan's staff top to bottom. MLB, like there's some weird guys on the MLB or the USA roster, which we'll get to at some point. But like Garrett Clevenger is on there, which is weird. Like I don't know. I think this is a pretty good pitching staff for sure.
Yeah.
And then like even like Augustine Ramirez is definitely a up and comer with the team. Austin Wells is a catcher for Dominican Republic. That is weird.
He is. I think his mom is Dominican. I was reading.
Is that what it is? Interesting.
I believe so. So that's how he was able to qualify. And then the infield is sick. I mean, it's like they got Junior Caminero. Just hang around at Chipotle if you want that guy's autograph. Ketel Marte, Vladimir Guerrero Jr., Manny Machado, and then like freaking Carlos Santana. I don't think anybody's signed Carlos Santana this year, unless I'm mistaken.
Did I see that? I want to say he was in a camp with somebody, but maybe the Angels or something. But
that sounds like a team would sign him.
Yeah, for sure. So we've gone through like pumping up this whole roster, and then you get to the outfielders, and O'Neal Cruz, Juan Soto, Fernando Tatis Jr., J-Rod, and then Junior Lake, former
Jeremy.
Cub
I hadn't
Junior
thought
Lake.
about Junior Lake in years.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I know. I mean, and I'm a Cubs fan, and I haven't thought about him in years. Like, that guy, and he was, God, I think he had a lot of fanfare around him. Him and Felix PA were both like outfielder, like kind of very similar outfield guys who had a lot of fanfare and then just did not do anything in the majors. So I'm sure he's been playing for years in the DR, but definitely a blast from the past.
That's so crazy, Jeremy. I mean, I completely forgot about that guy. And I'm looking at his stats, too, because you can click on the link. I thought he played more games in the majors. Like, maybe he was just so hyped, you just heard his name so often. But, he only played 102 career games in the majors.
Yeah. I don't know what it was. Like, I don't know how he kind of came and went so quick, but I guess I'm looking at is this correct? He did appear over 5 seasons with the Cubs, like never more than 22 games, but I don't know. It is just kind of crazy.
It is. I guess just their coaches, too, are stacked. I mean, you got Pujols is their manager, Placido Polanco, the bench coach. Julio Bourbon, who's I don't think going to be on the field with the Brewers anymore. He might have either moved on to a different organization or he has a different job. So we'll not be getting him as their first base coach this year, which sucks. Then they got, Carlos Fables as their third base coach. So, it's a pretty good roster right there.
That's actually too bad about Bourbon because I thought maybe you'd get another shot at him because honestly, it would be cool to get like Bourbon or Fabulous. Probably these are maybe the only two kind of guys you could do this with. But maybe to ask them to put like team DR, WBC 2026 or something. Put some kind of inscription on there. Team DR like would be cool. Something like that. So, but yeah, definitely some good guys there.
Jeremy, those stats were whack that we were looking at, man. Junior Lake appeared in 223 games over. So I don't know what the hell those stats were showing, but in 2014 he appeared in 108 games for the Cubs, so he did play more than that.
Yeah, because when I looked up that Warwick Suphold guy, it was looking weird too. So there must be some kind that can't. I don't know what. Maybe those are spring training numbers or something. Because I don't. I don't know that. But yeah, okay, that makes more sense. Still
no games for Todd Van Steensel though. I checked him. So damn. Okay. All right. Next team up here, Great Britain.
Yeah. Weird team. I watched them play too, and like they get a lot of the Caribbean guys. So from the Bahamas or Jazz Chisholm. He's from the Bahamas too. I feel like a couple of these guys are from Jamaica, but I don't know. Definitely like Bahamas and Curacao is Netherlands. So, but yeah, it's a wide range of guys. I would say.
Dylan Covey is on this team.
Yeah, he the game I watched, I think he came in and like they were trying to keep it close, and then he just kind of blew up the game. I think.
Gosh.
Which unfortunately, but yeah, he's in there, which is funny.
They have a guy named Gary Gill Hill. That's
yes.
I don't know anything about the guy, but that sounds like the name of a character from All That or something, like from like some kind of, or I guess SNL, like some kind of comedy sketch. So yeah, good name right there. They have Vance Worley. Go ahead.
Gary Gill Hill is actually a prospect with the D-backs. He's like
nice.
I don't know if he was a draft pick or what, but his numbers looked, or his stuff looked good. I think they just kept him out like too long, and he kind of ended up getting touched up. But he actually looked pretty good. So yeah, he's going to be a guy in the future, I think.
Nice. Oh yeah, he's only 21 too. So that's good. They also have Vance Worley on their team. That's awesome.
Yeah, crazy stuff there. I saw him at the very end of the game, and like that's him and LSA Ramirez and Junior Lake. Those are the kind of guys who's like, oh my God, these guys are still there.
They have a couple good infielders too. Jazz Chisholm is on this team, which is good. Trace Thompson in the outfield is on this team as well. So. That's a weird one.
Trace Thompson made an awesome catch against Team USA.
Did he really?
Yeah, a really nice catch. If you look for that online, it was
nice,
pretty good.
Nice. Yeah, I'll look for that. And then Barry Enright is their pitching coach, and I think we got him with the Angels.
Yeah, like that would another guy who would be cool to like maybe get a little inscription or something, but. Yeah. And I think Jeff Salazar was in the majors too at some point, wasn't he? Was he like a D-back or something?
Believe he was in the majors. Yes, I can't quite remember. I'll have to look it up.
Yeah, Rocky. It looks like he's in a Rockies uniform here.
Okay.
And D-backs actually. Yeah, so both. Nice. So there you go.
Call.
Yeah. So there you go for Great Britain.
Okay. Israel
right,
is next.
Israel. Yeah. I know that Matt Mervis is Team Israel.
Yes, he is.
And Dean Kramer too is also like kind of like a notable guy on Team Israel.
Tommy Keenly as well.
Oh yeah, I know that was. I didn't know he was of Israel descent, Jewish, whatever.
And then they have their catchers are Garrett Stubbs and C.J. Stubbs. Now is C.J. related to Garrett?
So Jack, it was interesting. I was looking at Nationals cards, and CJ Stubbs was on the Nationals, and there's a card with him, and I think his name is Andrew Alvarez, and I noticed that CJ Stubbs is no longer on the Nationals, and that's kind of where it ended there. And then I looked at this Team Israel roster, and I see them together, and I'm like, they must be. I feel like they have to be brothers. I didn't look it up. But I guess if you look at their headshots, they kind of. I mean, obviously we could just Google this, but like, I would be willing to bet that yes, they are brothers.
I hope not though. I think for the purposes of comedy, like Stubbs is such a catcher name that like
Yeah.
it would be great if they just had two catchers named Stubbs.
Yeah, for sure. Well, I have the answer for you, Jack, if you want me to shatter.
Yeah, I think I looked at here. 29 years in the making, and they're finally playing together. Two brothers playing together on the world stage. There you go. Not funny at all, but
yeah, right. Sometimes the truth, can get away a good comedy. So
right.
So yeah, but yeah, so that's interesting. Again, did not know that.
No.
So yeah. Yeah, Cole Carrig, I think is a Rocky property. Harrison Bader, and then the coaching staff. Definitely some good names on the coaching staff. A lot of good names. Yeah.
Oh yeah, they got Brad Osmus as the manager. Kevin Youkilis, the bench coach. See, this would be another good one to graph. Brad Goldberg is the pitching coach. Frickin' Mark Loretta is the third base coach. Jason Marquis, the bullpen coach. I think he's in the Worst of Fame, isn't he?
Yeah, he is.
Oh, that would be great to have him put WOF whatever year he got elected.
Yeah, I know. And then you ask him what it's for, and you just grab the pen and run out of there.
Right. And then Jerry Narin, as well as the outfield coach. Is he the guy that didn't sign for us?
He is.
Interesting.
So,
yeah. And he wasn't he a catcher?
I believe he was. Yeah.
Okay, maybe he played some outfield too, but that's weird.
Yeah, I'm not 100% sure, but I thought so. Yeah, I know. Based on Osmus and Narin, I'm like, maybe we could graph these guys, but maybe it would not be fruitful. Maybe it would.
Okay, yeah, I guess we can move on to Team Italy.
Yeah, Team Italy. A lot of notable pitchers there. Matt Festa, Sam Aldegheri is in the roster. Joe LaSorsa. Yeah, there's a lot
Aaron
to
Nola.
name. Yeah, Aaron Nola, Kyle Nicholas. Yeah, Ottavino, who is retired at this point, so that's interesting.
Yeah.
Greg Weissert, Kyle Teal. That's interesting. I didn't know.
Yeah.
I didn't realize that he was on there. Oh, nice. John Birdie is on Team Italy. That's nice that he's still playing because I think he's probably done in the major leagues at this point.
Yeah, my God, it's crazy that he was just on the Cubs last year. Vinny Pasquantino, Miles Mastroboni is on this team, which is cool. Is it Thomas Saggese? I feel like we've talked about this before.
Yeah, it is. I believe that is. I believe that's the official pronunciation. Saggese.
Nice. Yeah, some cool outfielders too. Dominic Canzone. Did he not sign for us when he was with the Mariners last year?
That is correct. Yeah, I think he was
yeah.
one of the few to not sign. Jack Caglianone is there. Jacob Marcy, which I didn't know he was Italian, but yeah, I will say too real quick about Miles Mastroboni. I actually have him on a Team Italy World Baseball Classic card from 2023. Nice. So yeah, that is pretty cool to have that. I have a couple WBC cards signed from guys. So
cool.
Yeah, on the way out the door, I got Kyle Tucker on his Team USA card from 2023. So, so yeah. Oh, and Sam Antonacci too. We should mention who was at White Sox Fest Live. So there is actually one guy who was at Sox Fest Live.
Oh, there you go. That's funny. And then we got the managers and coaches. They've got a good roster of coaches here. Francisco Cervelli, who we got a couple of years ago, he came off the bus to sign for everybody. Yeah. Ron Wotus, longtime major league coach. Frank Menachino, former player, former coach. He's been a hitting coach a bunch of places. Jorge Posada is awesome that he's the assistant hitting coach. Dave Righetti. Man, this would be a fun one. Yeah, Rags, absolutely. And then Sal Fasano. Did you ever get Sal Fasano, Jeremy?
No, I didn't. I think you did, right?
I did. I got him at the Sox Park when he was with the Braves. One of my favorite autographs, actually. He famously has really nice handwriting and a great signature. So he'll have to try to get. I think he's coaching. He's coaching with somebody this year, so you should be able to. You should have a shot at him if you want him. That's a pretty good roster, though. Yeah,
definitely. Yeah, good stuff there. All right, we march on with Team Japan.
Yep.
I assume they're the odds-on favorite to win the WBC. I don't know if USA has surpassed them, but they seem pretty unstoppable right now. So yeah, I think the usuals who are on Team Japan. It is pretty cool. They have a guy last name Miyagi on Team Japan. You gotta love that. Hiroya Miyagi. I don't know too much about him, but definitely like the name for sure. Yeah, I mean, I feel like it's a lot of guys who who've made it to the majors now. Akamoto and Murakami, the most two recent ones. Kensuke Kondo was a guy who I think had some big hits for them last WBC and has yet to come stateside. But he's a guy, and then Seiya Suzuki seems to be playing out of his skull with Team Japan. He's hitting bombs all over the place. Yeah,
maybe it's a precursor to what he'll do this year.
I actually think he's going to have a really good year this year, and just not even as a Cubs fan. I think I don't know. It seems like he figured something out last year, and I think he's just kind of, like building on that for this year. So we'll see. But yeah, it would be good for Cubs fans.
Yeah, but it's it'll be interesting to see if it's them in the U.S. again. And yeah, Jeremy, I don't really recognize any of these coaches that they have.
No, I'm sure they're all legends in NPB, but I just don't know them. So
yes.
Team Korea.
Okay, yeah, Team Korea. Dane Dunning is on this one. So that's interesting. Hyunjin Ryu is on there. That's a guy. I don't think he's pitched in years, has he?
No,
well, yeah, it's in
I don't
2023.
think so.
I think was the last time he pitched.
What team was that with?
Do you
have it there?
It's Toronto. I think it was Toronto. Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay. I remember seeing like a commercial of his from Korea, like where he was doing a commercial for like some sort of like noodles, like some sort of like ramen like thing. And it was kind of a funny commercial, but yeah. So that's funny. The name on here, Riley O'Brien, who's a Cardinal pitcher, and he's gonna be like he might be the closer for the Cardinals this year. He's just just a random guy. Like they said, he's a journeyman. I think he might be 31 or something. Like, okay, I had never really heard of him until just a couple weeks ago. I must have missed him last year with the Cardinals, but I didn't know he was Korean either. So he's on Team Korea.
Yeah.
Haesung Kim is there. Shea Whitcomb, oddly enough. Jam Jones, that's interesting. He was on the Braves or the Brewers for a little bit.
I saw that. He was on the Yankees too for a while, wasn't he?
Was it? Yeah, perhaps. I know he came up as an Angel. So,
okay.
And then Jung Ho Lee is there. Those are the big ones there, I think.
Yeah, no, that looks good to me. All right, yeah, Team Mexico. Javier Assad is on this team.
Yeah, haven't seen him pitch. It's weird. I don't know, because they were throwing a bullpen game today, and I don't know. I don't think he's pitched for them yet, so I'm not sure what the deal is there. But I know he is healthy with the Cubs.
Okay,
so
okay, yeah. Hopefully he won't be quite as exclusive this year if you ask him for an autograph.
Yeah, I know.
Or I should say if I ask him for an autograph. Gerardo Reyes, Andres Munoz is a good name. So I wonder if he'll be closing games for them. Victor Vodnik is on this team. That's an interesting one.
Right. Yeah. We were watching this game as well, or we were watching them play, and I was talking with my wife, and I'm just like, yeah, I don't know that he's Russian, but the name sounds Russian. Yeah. But then he's on Team Italy or Team Mexico, so I don't really know what his deal is. He hasn't been in the league too long, but I did get him early on. So interesting. He looks like he's gonna be the closer for the Rockies.
That's cool. Yeah, he sounds like a Bond villain for sure.
Yeah, totally.
Great name. Rowdy Tellez is on this team, which is kind of cool. Then they got some other good guys like Jaron Duran. Alec Thomas is on this team, which that's pretty cool. They have a great coaching staff too. Vinny Castilla is their bench coach. Benji Gill is their manager. Is it Heel? Is it Benji Heel or is it Benji Gill?
I don't know for sure.
Okay. Because Luis Heel pronounces it, Heel, but I always thought it was Benji Gill.
I think at the time that he was playing in the majors, I'm sure they just called him Benji Gill.
Right.
It probably
That's
is
what I was
heel,
thinking.
like in reality. It's funny. He's on my screen right now as I'm watching the USA-Mexico game. But
Nice.
Mexico's trying to make a comeback here, and they were doing it off of Matthew Boyd, which isn't great. But yeah, they're hanging in there. It's 5-2 in the top of the 7th. So
Right on. Yeah, Elmer Descends is their pitching coach. I don't know if you
Yeah.
remember him. I feel like Horacio Ramirez also pitched too.
yeah, I think so. And then Tony Perez Chico, who we mentioned several times last episode. So
Yes, yeah, and who we've gotten. Yeah, anybody else you see of note on the and obviously Alejandro Kirk is their catcher, but anybody else of note on Team Mexico?
those are the big ones. I mean, like, yeah, we could name a lot. Joey Ortiz.
Yes.
A lot of these guys are in the majors or were recently in the majors. I think I have Joey Meneses on a World Baseball Classic card also.
Nice.
So,
Nice.
yeah, always try to do
good.
those.
So moving on to the Netherlands, they have cool hats.
Yes.
It's like a crown or something, but it's pretty freaking awesome. Kenley Jansen is on their team.
Yeah, I didn't realize Kenley Jansen was on the Tigers. I missed.
Neither
that.
did I.
Yeah, he's going to be the Tigers closer, I think.
Wow.
So, yeah, I don't know when that happened or what. Yeah, Chiron Martis, I think, was maybe in the majors with the Nationals, I want to say.
Okay.
Or at least in their system. Chadwick Trump, who just has kind of kicked around for several years now.
Yep. Great name.
Yeah, for sure. Didi Gregorius is still around with them.
Yep.
Man, Ozzy Albies hit a walk-off homer for Team Netherlands a couple days ago, and it just like killed. I think it was, I don't know if it was Nicaragua or I forgot what team it was, but they were up by 2 heading into the bottom of the 9th, and like Albies hit like a 3-run homer to walk it off, and it was. I felt really bad for that other team, whichever team it was.
Yeah, that's bad. But yeah, Ozzy Albies, it's a good one. I got him. Did you ever get his autograph?
I did not.
Okay.
Yeah, one of those
he'll
ones.
be gettable this year if he's there. Charlon Scope, who I'm just reading, is Jonathan Scope's brother.
His brother. Interesting. Okay, yeah.
Yeah, I had for Jonathan Scope. He's not quite at Junior Lake level, but that's another guy I'd completely forgotten about.
Yeah, totally. I think we've seen him hit a couple homers too.
We have.
Yeah. Drew Jones is Andrew Jones's son.
Yep.
Who is the manager of Team Netherlands. So
He is. Yeah. And that's he's going to be in the Hall of Fame this year too. So good for him.
Yep.
And then Cedon Rafaela as well is probably one of their big star players.
yeah, and pitching coach is Jair Jurgens, who was okay for a minute for the Braves. But
yeah, I think the hats are the real standouts for the Netherlands. So those are good ones. Nicaragua. Their hats actually kind of look like those old Brewers hats from like the late aughts, early 2010s. But yeah, Nicaragua here. Jeremy, was there anybody who stood out to you? They got Erasmo Ramirez.
Yeah, that's who it was. So it was Team Nicaragua that they beat, and like Erasmo Ramirez had started that game, and he pitched pretty well, and it was he was like pretty pumped up when he kind of like came out of the game. He was kind of in line for that win, and they lost that game. I follow him on Instagram because his wife I follow his wife on Instagram because she has a pretty like active Instagram, and like she kind of like has him in the videos and stuff, and he's kind of funny. He's kind of just like he's not really a big personality, but she kind of like puts him in all these videos and stuff, so it's kind of funny to see.
Nice.
So yeah, and I think you can actually send in through the mail for his autograph. So.
Oh wow. Okay.
So there's some guys here, Mark Vientos, Chesler Cuthbert.
I haven't heard that name in a while.
Yeah, former guest
Royal?
of the show, Zach. Former Royal, but former guest of the podcast, Zach Greenwood, texted our text thread about him. He liked, the name Chesler Cuthbert.
Nice.
Jeter Downs was a prospect for a couple teams and just never really panned out.
Yep.
And then the manager of Nicaragua, who I guess I didn't watch this game. I only saw like the highlights, but man, this okay. The manager is Dusty Baker.
Yep.
Which I don't think I had heard until just now. I don't think I realized knew that.
No,
but man,
not until I was looking these up before we went on the air did I see that.
Yeah, pretty crazy. And honestly, look no further than the rest of the staff to just see who Dusty Baker's guys were, who he friggin' forced on the Cubs teams rosters. I mean, mostly I'm speaking about Jock Jones.
Sure.
God, Jock Jones was so bad as a Cub. Like, his numbers were okay, but he was so frustrating as a Cubs fan to be on that team.
Yeah, sure, man. So, yeah, you got Jock Jones. You also have Randall Simon as their hitting coach. Let's hope they don't do any kind of sausage race or, like, between innings race. He might get different ideas about what it means to be a hitting coach. Then you got Gary Pettis, who I think probably coached under Baker on the Astros. I think he was probably coaching third base. Still, I don't think he does anymore for the Astros, but he did. That's a crazy staff, man. I'm just like, Dusty Baker, yes, man.
Yeah, totally. All right, Team Panama. So here's your second Logan Allen, which I did not expect the other Logan Allen. This one is the one on the Cleveland Guardians. I did not expect him to be on Team Panama, so that's interesting.
No, that's an interesting one. I've never heard of this guy, but I just want to point out his name. His name is Alberto Baldonado. I feel like that's like Baldonado is what we would call Martin Maldonado if he went bald. And Martin Maldonado is in the WBC on a different team. So if those two guys like faced each other, or if that was a battery, like that would be amazing.
Jack, you know who we would call Alberto Baldonado? Is if there was some like bald guy who was trying to get his autograph and like shoved in front of us, or like was like yelling his name and like made him like not, come over, like scared him away. We'd be like, all right, good going, Baldonado.
Yes. Absolutely, man. Like that'd be like Mark Baldiera, who actually just got elected to the Senate, I think, or something. I don't know if you saw that. Okay.
I did read about him, but that's maybe not so great. That's not a good thing, but yeah.
I guess anyway, moving on. Javi Guerra. I feel like Javi Guerra just came up on this podcast the other day, but maybe he was a non-roster guy or something. But maybe that was a different Javi Guerra.
That's the main thing I think about him is like there's two Javi Guerras, and like I know we have our stats, and I had to like mark which one is which based on their birth year. So
sure. Miguel Amaya is the catcher on Team Panama, so that's that's cool. Jeremy, a guy who really stood out to me was Jonathan Arauz. You remember him?
Yeah. One of did we both get him? Like
I think we did. I mean, I'm sure I got him on a scorecard. Did you get him on an actual card?
No, because I didn't. I think like this was very early on in our graphing. Was at the Beloit Snappers, and I don't think I thought to bring any visiting players. So, but yeah. So it's too bad we didn't couldn't have got him on a card. But but yeah. Speaking of graphs, just real quick, Christian Bethencourt is on the team, and he is in camp with the Cubs, and I sent a card to him through the mail. Sometimes you can get these guys in spring training, maybe with less things to do. They're more likely to sign through the mail. So I sent one to Cubs camp, and then I realized he was on Panama. So I'm like, damn it, that's like at least 2 weeks where he's not going to be around to sign his mail. So
sure,
I don't. I hope he comes back to Cubs camp and hits my card. But I'm sure he's got other things to worry about right now.
Yeah. He's just going to be AAA depth for them probably.
Yeah, if he, because I think it's a non-roster invitee, or a minor league roster, or, a contract. So I don't even think he has to I think he could go straight to AAA.
Okay, cool. Well, that would be good, Jeremy. They got a few other good guys on here. Jose Caballero, Johan Camargo, whose name I haven't heard in years. So that'll be.
There's a couple guys. Ruben Tejada.
Yeah.
Like
I know, man.
He hasn't played in probably like 10 years or something.
No,
I feel.
No. I want to see how old he is now. But yeah, I feel like that's a real old. Yeah, born in 1989. So yeah, that guy's no spring chicken. He's 37, 38 years old. So that's those are good ones. Any other guys you're seeing on here?
Alan Cordoba, I think, was
Yep.
another guy who has been out of the league for a long time, but that's an
remembered
interesting
him.
one.
Yep.
Enrique Bradfield is actually a prospect with the Orioles, so that's kind of cool.
Okay. Yeah, that's good. They have some good coaches too. Einar Diaz. Do you remember him?
Oh yeah, Einar Diaz. I think.
Einar Diaz. Yeah. Carlos Lee. Is that the Carlos Lee?
It is. He looks a lot different than he used to.
He does. He does. He looks like he's been enjoying his retirement. So good for him.
Yeah.
What was it? What did they call him? El Caballo, I think.
El Caballo. Yeah.
Yep.
That Hawk Harrelson voice.
That Hawk Harrelson right there.
Yep.
Nice. And yeah, Julio Rangel. I think he's like either a current pitching coach or current bullpen coach with somebody.
Okay. Nice.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
yeah.
Anybody else on Panama?
Nah, that's all I got there. I think. For
Okay.
those guys.
Puerto Rico is they've got a pretty good roster. Seth Lugo, former Cub Jorge Lopez.
Yeah, right. He did not. He looked bad. He got kind of rocked in the game I watched.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah. Jose De Leon, who was a guy who like seemed to have some promise, and then just never panned out. And I think he was trying to like make a comeback in the major leagues, but he was originally with the Dodgers, and they got traded to the Rays. But and I kind of had high hopes for him, but he never turned into much.
Okay.
Christian Vazquez, who I think did come up on the podcast last week.
He did. Yeah. Two old catchers on this Puerto Rican team: Martin Maldonado and Christian Vazquez.
Yep. Yeah, both notable guys there. Nolan Arenado.
Yep.
Luis Vazquez, who was in the Cubs system.
He was.
Emmanuel Rivera. Who did you get? Emmanuel Rivera?
No, he never signed for me.
Okay, that was a guy who maybe I thought he would sign, but he didn't, and I couldn't remember if
he
got
sure
him
didn't.
Or not.
Yeah, they also have this guy Carlos Cortez, who I feel like I saw with the A's last year when I went to Seattle. But he's interesting because it says bats left, throws switch. So he's ambidextrous or amphibious, as you might jokingly call him. But yeah, I've never. So yeah, I think he can play outfield and like third base. So I don't know. Interesting player. I don't know if he's ever going to be anything.
Yeah, he was actually in A's camp last year when I was there, and I just I remember like I didn't know that about him being ambidextrous, and so like it would have been cool to get him just because he's notable in that regard. But
right,
yeah, Willie Castro, our guy who we got,
hell yeah,
so that was cool. And then their coaching staff is man, top to bottom. I think I'm not sure if I know Edgar Perez, and Jose Rosado, but everyone else like. Oh, Rosado is the guy you have a card of, right?
Yeah, he's the pitching. He's the bullpen coach for the Mets, and I think still is. But yeah, I mean that is just a stacked coaching staff. Juan Gonzalez and Edgar Martinez are their hitting coaches. Like, are you kidding me? That'd be awesome. I've gotten Nehavis, but we have Joey Cora, Sandy Alomar Jr., Yadier Molina is their manager, Alex Cintron, who that's probably the guy who'd be least likely to sign out of any of these dudes.
Yeah, right. Yeah, exactly. And our buddy Chris, who went down to Florida for Astros Nationals spring training game. I think only I texted with him about this, but Yadi Molina was there at those games and he signed.
Wow.
But he was only hitting baseballs, I guess, and Chris didn't get him.
Oof,
but
that's rough, man. Wow.
Yeah, but he was signing for people. He's got an expensive signature. Like if you try to buy his pack pulled, not cheap.
Interesting that he was only hitting baseballs. Maybe it's because his cards are so expensive. I don't know.
Maybe.
One other thing. Eddie Rosario is on this team.
Yeah.
He dyed his beard blonde for this picture. It's an interesting look for sure. I don't know if he's going to be back in the majors.
Yeah, I don't know. He did not look good in the game that I saw him. He was super late on a fastball. Looked not good. Team Puerto Rico does dye their hair blonde.
Oh, do they? Is that their thing?
Yeah, they all pretty much dye their hair blonde. Although also Christian Vazquez looks like he dyed his beard blonde. But Rosario for some. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Rosario for some reason went with the beard instead of the hair. Maybe he's Baldonado.
Yeah, right.
But yeah, I do like their uniforms, just hats and uniform, the full package. I do really like Team Puerto Rico's whole, uniform, and I don't know, maybe it's a good time to get a Team Puerto Rico jersey with Bad Bunny, being in the zeitgeist. But
hey, there you go. Most watched Super Bowl halftime show ever, I think.
That's right. Yeah. So yeah, but yeah, so that's Team Puerto Rico.
All right, Team USA, Jeremy. I don't know if there's a ton to say about this, just because these guys are all just major leaguers. I didn't know Cal Raleigh was going to be on Team USA, so that's kind of a good get for them. But yeah, it's just a lineup of all stars.
Yeah, and there's no Goldschmidt is like the biggest oddball guy because he's probably the oldest. But still in the majors, I believe. I think he's still on the team. Yeah. The coaching staff itself, pretty cool. Yeah, I would really like to get Sean Casey at some point in my life.
He seems like he'd be nice. He seems like he'd sign. It is funny that Dino Abel is their third base coach.
Yeah, right, exactly. Yeah, he's like kind of stands out in this coaching staff. Maybe not a guy who played in the majors, I guess.
No. I mean, maybe him and Freddie Gonzalez were the only guys who didn't play. Because I don't think Freddie Gonzalez ever made the majors. Also, pretty cool that Brian McCann is an assistant coach. I didn't know he was trying to get into coaching, so that's neat. Hopefully, he shows up on a staff somewhere soon.
Yeah, for sure. I was gonna say for Sean Casey, I think I told this story on the podcast before, but I ran into him at Newark Airport when I was coming back from Ireland. But I currently had COVID at the time when I saw him, and I did say like, "Hey, Mayor," or something, or I said, "Hey, Sean Casey," and he's like, "Hey," and like he seemed like super excited to be like noticed, and
nice.
I probably could have had a conversation with the guy, but I did not want to give him COVID.
He wouldn't have known that you had it.
Yeah, well, yeah, I know. Not at least until like 5 days later. but yeah. So I hope to cross paths with him one day, and I actually would mention that I saw him at the Newark Airport. He probably would think that was kind of cool. So
yeah, nice. Anybody else for Team USA before we go on to our last team?
Nah, we can move on to the last guys.
All right, so this is Venezuela. Another Cub on this team, Daniel Palencia. I wonder if they'll play Gasolina when he comes in.
I am just hoping he doesn't blow out his arm closing for this team. Yeah.
No, that for sure, Jeremy. Yeah, that would be pretty devastating. And with a guy that throws that hard, it seems like it's always on the table. But this is I remember thinking this roster was pretty stacked too. I mean, they have Cater Montero. Antonio Senzatella is on this team. I actually missed that the first time I was going through this.
Yeah, Ranger Suarez, Angel Zerpa, who's now a Brewer.
Angel,
another Brewer, William Contreras. Oh yeah, Angel. Oh god. Oh god. Oh my god. We that's gonna come up when we graph the Brewers.
Oh yeah. Oh my
god.
Most definitely. I've already got Zerpa too, but I'll call for him again just to instigate that. Yeah, that's great. The Contreras boys are on this team, William and Wilson, so that's fun for them that they get to play together. Mikel, how you feeling, baby? Garcia is here. This is a good roster. Eugenio Suarez, Gleyber Torres, Luisa Rise. Ezekiel Tovar. Again, a roster of all guys who could make an all-star team at some point.
Yeah. Javier Sanoja, who I did send through the mail to the Marlins, and he's not on that team anymore, so I don't think I'm going to get him, but lost that card. They are stacked, and the coaching staff, you got Miggy Cabrera.
Yep.
You got Robinson Chirinos, who I would like to get at some point.
Oh yeah.
I bet he'll be on a major league coaching staff. If he isn't already, I don't know.
He was the bench coach last year for the Orioles, but I'm not sure if they retained him.
Okay. Johan Santana, pitching coach.
Yep.
Gerardo Parra, who wants us to pay him for how much you pay me.
Yeah, I'd
there's a lot of guys on this
$20 at this point.
Yeah, there's a lot of guys on this roster in particular who've had odd autograph like exchanges either with us or with someone we know.
They have. I mean, even Jackson Churio, right? Like I got him that one night, and he didn't like quite sign for you, but he like gave you a fist bump or something.
Yeah, right. And didn't Robinson Chirinos didn't that fucking Quizmaster like? Didn't he say something like Chirinos always signs?
Yeah. He was. It was like, yeah. He was like, oh yeah, Chirinos has been great all year. What a lame guy, man. And then he didn't. I don't think he signed when he came out. So
no.
It's always the kiss of death when somebody says that. For sure.
Oh man.
Yeah. I've heard Miggy's pretty tough too, but that would be a cool one. Actually, I had an incident with Acuna too. He stopped signing the person, like he signed for Hector, and then he stopped, and I was like the next guy after Hector, and then he like went in the bus. Yeah. So that was a tough one, a tough pill to swallow on that. Yeah,
right. Yeah. So a lot of history here with these guys and graphing. So V Mart is on the coaching staff. Nestor Corredor, who we talked about last week, I think he's on that on the roster too.
Oh yeah, and
so yeah,
V-Mart, that's what a stacked roster, and I would have to say they might be a favorite too to win it all. Who knows?
Yeah, I think them and DR for sure are like obviously makes sense, but there are some interesting guys there. So that kind of completes all the staffs. This is gonna be a good finish to this USA Mexico game. It's 5-3. They've scored all 3 runs off of Matthew Boyd, which is not good. But this is gonna be an interesting end to this game. So we can sign off and watch the rest of it.
Yeah. Sounds good, Jeremy. But yeah, we'll be back next week with our recap of the Chicago Sports Spectacular.
Yeah, for sure. And then the final WBC game is coming on March 17th, so should be interesting to see. I know last tournament's final was pretty good. So hope with these teams, I feel like it should be a good final no matter what the matchup is.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, for Rain Delay Theater, I'm Jack Swakowski.
And I'm Jeremy Dionisio.
We'll see you next time.
Later.